Reid Wiseman. As the mission commander, Reid Wiseman has the ultimate responsibility for the safety of the crew and the success of the mission. A decorated U.S. Navy captain and former F-14 Tomcat pilot, he has a deep background in high-stakes aviation and flight testing. Wiseman is a veteran of spaceflight, having already served as a flight engineer aboard the International Space Station for 165 days, during which he performed 2 spacewalks. Crucially, he also served as chief of NASA's Astronaut Office from 2020 through 2022, overseeing astronaut office operations and astronaut assignments. His selection as commander is a reflection of the deep trust and leadership credentials he holds within NASA. On Artemis II, he is the leader who will guide humanity back to the moon. Victor Glover. Victor Glover is the pilot of Artemis II, responsible for flying the Orion spacecraft and overseeing its performance and systems. Like his commander, he is a U.S. Navy captain and an experienced test pilot, with thousands of hours in high-performance aircraft like the FA-18 Hornet. Glover made history on his first spaceflight as the pilot of SpaceX's Crew 1, the first operational crewed flight of the Crew Dragon capsule. That mission also made him the first African American to serve as a long-duration crew member on the International Space Station. His experience flying a brand-new next-generation human spacecraft makes him uniquely qualified to be at the controls of the Orion capsule on its first flight with astronauts. Christina Koch. As a mission specialist, Christina Koch is a multi-talented expert in science and spacecraft systems, and she is also the mission's record breaker. An electrical engineer and physicist, she worked in some of the most remote scientific outposts on Earth, including the South Pole, before becoming an astronaut. On her first spaceflight, she set the record for the longest single spaceflight ever by a woman, spending an incredible 328 days aboard the International Space Station. During that time, she also participated in the first all-female spacewalk. Her extensive experience with long-duration missions and complex scientific hardware makes her an essential member of the crew, ready to handle any systems or experiments on the flight. Jeremy Hansen. Jeremy Hansen is the pioneer of the crew, representing the Canadian Space Agency and the entire international partnership. A colonel in the Royal Canadian Air Force and a former CF-18 fighter pilot, he has served as a Canadian astronaut since 2009, but Artemis II will be his first ever spaceflight. His selection is a monumental achievement, making him the first Canadian to ever be assigned to a lunar mission. He will become the first non-American to ever leave low Earth orbit and fly to the vicinity of the moon. His seat on Artemis II is tied to Canada's contribution of Gateway's external robotics system, including Canadarm3, which secured Canadian astronaut flight opportunities, including Artemis II. He is not just an astronaut, he is an ambassador for international cooperation in deep space. Thanks for watching. What part of the Artemis II mission are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments. Also, remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.